morning and welcome to Hungary Report, starting off public media and once foreign language news hour. I'm Csenga Gabriela Ibolya with today's news from Hungary and the Carpathian Basin. Let's begin. Viktor Orbán held talks in the Kazakh capital with the new head of Kazakhstan and Nursultan Nazarbayev, who held the presidency for almost 30 years but resigned in March. Viktor Orbán and the Hungarian delegation will travel from Kazakhstan to China, where on Thursday they'll hold one of the most important economic meetings of the year.
The new president of Kazakhstan welcomed Viktor Orbán at the presidential palace with military honors. Kassym-Jomart Tokayev was appointed a month ago, succeeding Nursultan Nazarbayev's 30-year reign. The Kazakh president said that thanks to the strategic cooperation between the two countries, several Hungarian companies have invested in, primarily in the agricultural industry, in Kazakhstan. To Hungarian entrepreneurs, his message was, Kazakhstan has everything they need in order to access new markets in Eurasia. The Minister of Finance, Mihály Varga, is coming here to Nur-Sultan with a delegation of Hungarian company executives to participate at the business forum. I'm positive that this will give yet another push to our trade relations, Kassym-Jomart Tokayev said. Viktor Orbán said that the balance of East and West has changed in past years, but Hungary doesn't see danger in this new situation. It sees economic and cultural possibilities. Asia and the East are constantly growing, and we Westerners concentrate non-stop on how to keep up. This is a new situation, and every nation has to find their place in that. Hungary is adapting to this new situation by reinforcing its ties to Eastern countries and to the Central Asian region, the Hungarian PM said. Viktor Orbán also talked about how Kazakhstan has undergone spectacular development in recent years. He said that in his view, the inauguration of a new president will further economically and politically stabilize the country. New defence clothing, bomb disarming robots and off-road vehicles for bomb delivery were given to the Hungarian National Defence's Army Patrol officers. This also happens to be a part of the multi-year military development programme. Bomb experts receive 2,500 alerts per year, or 5 to 6 per day, which will continue for a long time as many unexploded bombs from the world wars can still be found in the country. The Hungarian Defence Forces Bomb Disposal and Naval Regiment received technical equipment that improves soldiers' safety and efficiency. As a result of the Zrínyi 2026 Army and Defence Development Program, the pyrotechnicians received 3 trucks capable of carrying bombs that weigh up to 2 tons, 10 patrol cars, state-of-the-art protective clothing, and a reconnaissance robot. It has 6 cameras front and back, can see in all directions, and the biggest difference is that these machines are much more efficient, the sub-commander said. At the ceremony for the arrival of the new equipment, the Minister of Defense, Tibor Benkő, said that we cannot even estimate how many unexploded bombs there still are in the ground in Hungary from World War II. For their defusal, he added, the technicians need more than their expertise and bravery. They also need modern technology and equipment. It is our task, our responsibility, to ensure that you have the best, the most modern, and the safest instruments and equipment, he said. The Hungarian Army's technicians are alerted about 2,000 times a year on average. A fourth of the alerts require immediate action, and in about 60% of the cases, they have to destroy live explosive devices. The technicians will be using one of the new vehicles at the defusal of a World War II bomb found at the Bozsik Stadium on Sunday. The opposition's pre-election debate has taken a new turn in Budapest. Róbert Puzsér has raised the issue that the old left, instead of running Gergely Karácsony, should nominate the 13th district's mayor, József Tóth, as, and I quote him, he's not mixed up in any sort of parking ticket scandals like Gergely Karácsony. The mayor of Zugló, who's been trying to explain himself for weeks regarding the parking scandal, has not yet decided to withdraw from the race. Instead of Gergely Karácsony, LMP needs a politician free of scandals, Antal Csárdi of LMP said, adding that he thinks that a parking scandal could be an obstacle in the mayor of Zugló's nomination by the opposition as mayor of Budapest at the fall mayoral elections. The talks are ongoing and a lot will depend on what further steps will be made in order to clear the parking mafia. And if they happen, then we could move forward, Antal Csárdi said. The Gergely Karácsony-led capital district Zugló has accumulated almost 2.3 million euros worth of losses because of their public parking system. The reason behind it is that the leadership commissioned a company to operate the parking meters for a much higher fee than usual. Thus, operating the parking system cost 10 times as much for Zugló as for other districts. Gergely Karácsony is the joint mayoral candidate of DK, MSZP and Párbeszéd. The idea to replace him comes from Róbert Puzsér, who is also backed by LMP. The parking scandal will be a central topic already at the pre-elections, but also at the mayoral election, and a candidate affiliated with that will probably start off with a great disadvantage, Róbert Puzsér's campaign manager said. He also said that in his opinion, Gergely Karácsony would only reduce the chances of the whole opposition at the mayoral elections, so he came up with a new name for the left-wing parties. They think that József Tóth, the mayor of the 13th district and member of MSZP, should replace Gergely Karácsony. Based on previous agreements, the opposition's pre-selection should be held before June 30th. That means that left-wing parties have 2 months to decide whether they want to replace their candidate implicated in the parking scandal.
On May the 3rd, the new 5th season of Virtuosos will start. This time, Chamber Virtuosos will be the title of the show, as the focus is on group performances. 8 teams will compete with each other. Groups will be eliminated show to show according to the jury's decision, and it'll be the 6th show, which will be the all-important final.
The newly formed Virtuoso Chamber Ensemble introduced themselves with a Paganini adaptation. The show's new season will be all about group performances. Young talents from previous seasons will be helping the 8 new contestant groups. It's not about training competitors or rivals in the artistic profession. It's rather colleagues. And for us, the most important thing is that we can have a relationship with each other, whether we appear as a soloist on the stage or in any other way, to look at each other as colleagues and with a friendly eye, the artistic director said. There will only be 6 shows in the season this year. After the 5 semi-finals, the audience will be able to vote in the live finale for who they think should be the absolute winner of the 3 orchestras. There will be star performers once again this year. The show's international mentor, Placido Domingo, will even have a surprise performance during one of the shows. This is very important to us, since the maestro helps us tremendously in our international expansion and the international lives of the virtuosos, and he supports us completely and loves the show and Hungarians, Marian Peller said. The first episode of the season, titled The Chamber Virtuosos, Tuned to Each Other, will air on Friday, May 3rd at 7:30 p.m. local time on Public Media's Duna and Duna World channels.
Come Saturday, the Day of the Prairie, and the Spring Cattle Hurdling celebration will be held in the Híradó. In the past, it was after St. George's Day that the animals were driven to the pasture for the first time in the spring. This tradition will be relived at the weekend when native Hungarian varieties will be herded over the 9-hole bridge. At the event, the kings of the Puszta, the Csikós, will give visitors a real taste of the Híradó virtue. De légy üdvözölve Magyarország dicsősége, or Welcome the Glory of Hungary, is the title of an exhibition being opened in Debrecen's Belváros Gallery. At the exhibit, more than 50 different artists will showcase what the Holy Crown means to them in today's context. The show, which will have more than 200 jewels, graphics and paintings, will be available to the public till the 10th of May. And that's all for now, but don't forget, you can catch Hungary Reports every night after 11 p.m. news and online as always. Do stick around and watch our German, Russian and Chinese language news. Thank you for watching and have a lovely evening.